CJ Flyer back with another YouTube video. I thought I was done talking about the Cavs for a little while. We just made a video yesterday talking about their franchise record for the best start in franchise history, 9-0. And what did they do? They set another franchise record last night against the Golden State Warriors as they scored, it looks like 83 points here in the first half. And apparently that's a franchise record. Apparently LeBron never did that with the Cavs during the two times that he was there. This Cleveland team is looking real scary right now. Obviously, you know, being good on no injuries this early in the season obviously helps. But man, you got players like Ty Jerome coming off the bench and really contributing here, getting tons of points. We talked about that yesterday. He's averaging 10 points per game coming off the bench. I mean, just look at this box score right now. We got Isaac Okoro with his 16. We got, where else? Where's Donovan Mitchell didn't even put up his usual scoring totals. Like, he didn't need to. Ty Jerome got 20 points off the bench. It's just, this team's insane right now. I just cannot fathom, like, and you know, we said yesterday, like the Warriors game, I was kind of 50-50 on who to pick to win this game. You know, the Warriors are no slouching team. Like, they're probably not going to be the best in the West, even though record-wise they are around the best in the West right now. But they seem like they're going to be a quality team at the very least, the way they've started this season. And my goodness, the Cavs just coming out, just firing off on all cylinders. It's insane. I just cannot believe this team right now. So, City of Cleveland must have put something in the drinking water for this Cleveland team, because they're just, man, they're a fun team to watch right now. I cannot believe how well they have started this season. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shout out to Kenny Atkinson for coming in and coaching this team in the right direction. You do have to wonder, though, if this is something that they can continue as they progress through the regular season. Not being undefeated, of course, but just being the top team or one of the two top teams in the East. If we look at their upcoming games, I would think, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit because, you know, I like to do the predictions for every day's games, but they play the Brooklyn Nets today. The Nets just got not blown out. They barely lost to the Celtics in Boston. I got to imagine, like, this is a win. Playing at the Bulls, probably a win. The Sixers, Embiid might be back, but the Sixers kind of stink. This is probably a win. Bulls win. Hornets win. They might not have another loss until the Boston game in mid-November. Like, just looking at this schedule right now, I don't know. They could easily go, what, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-0 before playing Boston, and then, you know, nationally televised game. I mean, they could lose to Boston. That's totally fine. You're not going to win every game. At least I wouldn't think Cleveland's going to go 82-0. That would be pretty funny. But yeah, no. I mean, this they could keep it rolling right now. Oh man. Yeah, this Cleveland team. Whew. Anyways, if you look at the standings, yeah, Cleveland top of the East. I mean, the Celtics are not far behind, obviously, you know, and Celtics are dealing with their injury issues with Porzingis, with Horford, so can't really rule them out, and the rest of the East just stinks right now. I mean, the Knicks are okay. The rest of the East, stinky conference. When you look at the West, though, oh man, shout out to my Dallas Mavericks, I guess, for almost winning that game yesterday. I know a lot of people will pin the loss on the referee, Tony Brothers, and believe me, I was not thrilled about that call against Gafford that gave Nurkic the free throws, that gave the Suns the win. But, I mean, to be honest, you know, the Mavs are dealing with their injury issues, with Derek Lively, with P.J. Washington. Those guys are key difference makers in the Mavericks' success. And beyond that, I mean, you know, Clay did not have a good game. It's just, you know, you can't pin the loss solely on that one play at the very end of the game. So it's frustrating. But, you know, you look at it this way, they're currently tied for 7th in the West, and they would be 3rd in the East if you threw them in the East. So Not really too worried about them right now. Obviously, a bit of a rough start, but the Mavs typically get off to a rough start historically, so it is what it is. I'm not losing sleep over it. Let's just say that they can come back. They did it last year. They can do it again, and they got injuries right now to key players, so it's gonna happen. And I really don't think the Suns are they're good, but yeah, maybe it's a way of looking at the Cavs too. The Suns have got a lot of close wins so far this year. I feel like this 8-1 record is like a fraudulent record, whereas the Cavs 10-0 record, I don't think it's fraudulent. They're getting some really dominant wins against good teams. So it'll be interesting to see how things progress and if I'm eating my words later on this season, based on what I'm saying now. That being said, looking at yesterday's games, the rest of them, we had the Pacers losing to the Hornets, even though the Pacers were favored by, 7 or something. So good win from Charlotte. Pistons win by 1. Nail-biter against the Hawks. Magic get the dub. Celtics get the dub barely. The Bucks continue to lose games. We already talked about Mavs Suns and the Cleveland game. We got the Grizzlies. Oh my goodness, Zach Edey is just a menace. Fighting it up with Jonas Valanciunas, man. Oh my goodness. We'll have another Zach Edey video soon, I'm sure. Thunder winning, Timberwolves winning, Nuggets winning, Lakers. I picked the Sixers to win that one, and I was wrong. And then the Clippers, I also picked the Kings to win this one, and I was wrong. Going into today's games, there's 4 of them. Obviously, with college football stealing the spotlight in the mainstream media, we got the Jazz at the Spurs, Bulls at the Hawks, Nets at the Cavs, and Raptors at the Clippers. And we're going to make our predictions and then compare to the FanDuel Sportsbook betting odds. And again, I'm not promoted or encouraging you to use them. I'm not partner affiliated with any sports betting, sports gambling site. If you're going to do that, do it responsibly. Just comparing for fun and sharing my opinion. Okay, let's go ahead and make these predictions. So I'm definitely going to be taking the Spurs at home against the Jazz. I just like the Spurs better. I think they're not too bad of a team for being one of the weaker teams in the West. Bulls and Hawks. Got to take Atlanta on this one. Cavs and Nets. I'm definitely taking the Cavs. And then the Clippers got a good win last night against the Kings on the road. Now they return back home. I kind of think the Raptors could steal one on the road. Am I crazy to think that? Clippers are coming off the back-to-back. They got a little fire under them after winning. But the Raptors they're low-key kind of good at times. Grady Dick, fighting for that Most Improved Player of the Year award. I'm gonna go with the Raptors. I'm gonna take the underdog on this one. I'm pretty sure the Clippers are gonna be favored. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on that. So yeah, turning on the odds, we've got Spurs favored over the Jazz, Atlanta favored over Chicago, Cleveland favored over Brooklyn, and yes, I'm picking the underdog here because the Clippers are favored by 6 against the Raptors. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Do you think the Cleveland team, are they legit? Are they a championship contender? Too early to tell, or a fraudulent record? And same with the Phoenix Suns. I don't think their record really, I feel like the Cleveland record is more indicative of how good the team is rather than the Suns record. But you let me know. Am I just a hater as a Mavs fan? Let me know in the comments down below and click one of the videos on your screen right now for some more NBA discussion.